Hi, this is Piper Blackwood.
And this is Veronica Fox.
Thank you for listening to the Pure Garbage Podcast.
Hello, folks. Lex Cunningham here from the Pure Garbage Podcast. Leaf Nation, this message is for you and anyone else that stumbles upon it that loves sports and holds on to sports dearly and they make it a part of their life. Nothing wrong with that. One thing I cannot stand is losing. It burns me. It always has. From the days of Lanny McDonald and Darryl Sittler and Ian Turnbow and so on back in the days of the Maple Leafs when Harold Ballard used to sit in the little booth there next to the great legend King Clancy during those great Leaf games, watching a Danny Daou with the puck. Mike Foligno. Remember Mike Foligno? When Cliff Fletcher was upstairs and we had you-know-who behind the bench, the legendary Pat Burns. How about when Todd Gill used to lace him up for the Leafs? Were you around then, back when they were playing Boston? Were you? Or a Palmatier making a great save? Or Wayne Thomas, for those that are old enough to remember. And we went through the era of the Sundin, reportedly now being one of the great Leafs ever, depending on who you talk to and who remembers now the era in which he played. And here we are. We go 7 games in round 1 against the mighty Boston Bruins, who come out and bruise us from the first 2 games. Now remember, folks, the history of this team goes back to the early 1900s. We've faced this Boston squad before. This has happened before. But no. It festers in every Leaf fan. Some can deal with it, some can't. But there's some of you out there that absolutely lose their shit over it. Yeah, the Leafs are ingrained in our culture. Since a boy, since a girl, you've grown up in this area, you've been slapped with a little bit of Toronto Maple Leaf hockey. Whether you liked it or not, whether you watched it or not, whether you wore a shirt or not. I guarantee there's one item in your house that has some sort of affiliation with the NHL. Run now, stop the podcast, run around your house. I guarantee in a box somewhere there's something associated with hockey. Win or lose. Ups and downs, ins and outs, roundabouts, and all that stuff. Bottom line is there's something that you can hold on to that belongs to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Am I wrong? Now, the rivalry of the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens is like Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. And it's okay because it's harmless, because at the end of the game, we chirp each other, we have a couple of pints, and that's it. See you tomorrow. Right? Is it okay? Can I move on with my point now that I've given you my Maple Leaf card? It's now official that I know a little bit about this team, so therefore you may listen to me? Okay, now that I got my Maple Leaf card out, and maybe you'll take what the next point is a little bit serious. Now that you're putting away your Maple Leaf shirt, you're picking up the beer bottles and picking up the beer cans from last night's debacle. Yeah, we lost. Some of you are on the internet spouting off about the loss like it's the end of the world. Yet in Game 1 and Game 2, you probably didn't even have a shirt. Then you rushed out and bought one when we won Game 3 or 4 or whatever it was. Why don't you tell me? Since now, a lot of you are on the internet doing a lot of talking about Game 7, not understanding the history of this team and what it is to be a Leaf fan and the expectations of being a Leaf fan. We got this new whole rogue Leaf fan, this nasty Leaf fan. Where's the compassion? Where's the tip of the hat? None of that. No. We got keyboard warriors going nuts right now. As you're listening to me, if you can even sit that long without typing into Twitter your thoughts about some Leaf. Now I'm getting to my point. Hope I got your attention. Why in the world would a real fan of the Toronto Maple Leafs turn around after they lost a Game 7? We lost. All of us lost because we're so invested into this club. Why would someone put on the internet, buy out Jake Gardiner? I understand the feeling behind it, because as a boy, I used to cry on the couch when the Leafs lost a game. And I'm talking week 3 on a Tuesday night game. I should be in bed or studying or whatever it was, and I would sit there and the Leafs would lose and a little tear would come down my eye. But no. With this new breed of fan, we got a lot of whiz-bangers that are going online and degrading, demeaning, and just being downright hateful on someone that wears the blue and white. Do you understand the game of hockey, how hard it is to even get on a club, let alone to get on the Leafs, let alone to survive all the things you have to survive as a young person, to even be considered a professional? Nope, not our keyboard warriors. They think it's an easy game and this kid should have went out there and did this and did that and did this and did that. Well, too bad, pal. You're sick in my mind to sit there and put together a GoFundMe page ripping this young this talent. So what? The game was lost. He single-handedly cost the Leafs the whole playoffs. No, he didn't. He's terrible. We gotta get him out of town. Wake up, Buttercup. Time to drop the sauce and get back to work there, jerk. Hey, tough guy, you and all the others that are gonna jump on this bandwagon because you have nothing better to do? Well, I'm sorry, I'm going to stand up against you and any bully like you that wants to go on and cyberbully over a hockey game on some guy's worth that you don't even know, you've never laced them up with them, and we already know in 3 days from now you're going to be crying about something else. Deeds speak. But this deed, I'm standing up. And if you're with me, folks, stand up with me and let's cut this cyberbullying out. This crying thing, the Leafs have lost to the point where you should have a callus on your face from all the tears. There should be gouges in your face from crying from every year we've lost. This is nothing new, man. Get thicker skin, Buttercup. Grow a pair. You put this online attacking anyone that's wearing the blue and white, you shouldn't be wearing the blue and white yourself. We lost the game. Yeah, it hurts, but don't start this GoFundMe crap and this other garbage. This is Canada for one, and this is Toronto. Give your head a shake. Get a little bit of class. We're going to be back next year even stronger. Great game, Leafs. Nice try. You made it exciting. You went 7 games. I didn't think you'd go that far. Yeah, I was upset. I got over it 5 minutes later because I know we're going to have another, God willing, great season next year. Hopefully I get to see it all again. Until then, this is Lex Cunningham with the Pure Garbage Podcast. If you want to eat a puck, eat a puck, eat a puck.
Thank you for listening to the Pure Garbage Podcast. You can find us on Podbean,
iTunes,
Google Play,
Stitcher,
SoundCloud,
and Twitter at Pure Garbage Pod.